Hello, and welcome to the Of Myths and Men podcast. This podcast simulcast in snake speak where available. I am your host, Adam Holcomb, and I'm joined today by co-host Dylan Blumenberg, also known as...
Do we need to live translate this if it's a simulcast?
No, this is for the people who aren't listening to snake speak.
But what happens to the people who are listening to Snake Speak?
Then it actually translates it back into English.
What is it called in Harry Potter? Parseltongue?
Parseltongue, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And that voice you've heard is our special guest, Valya
Harry
Cokehead,
Potter.
also known as...
See,
You're also known as Ted Bundy, right? Or what was his name in the books? Ted Riddle?
Todd Bundy.
Tom Riddle. Our podcast brings together three unknowledgeable individuals who spend a day pretending to be experts on mythology. Each week, we will discuss a different god or creature, rotating out the lead mythologist. We will discuss its habits, its attitudes, we will tell a tale, and we will end on a debate on who would win in a mythological fight club. And today's lead mythologist will be myself. And I have one for you to keep up the theme. If you couldn't tell, our theme is snakes. Now, Dylan did Norman Gander, and Valya did a pet. So I've got another snaky guy for you guys. And his name is Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, okay.
Anyone know him?
No.
Sounds like a Jewish banker.
That's actually exactly who it is. It's a snaky Jewish banker.
That's a racist term, apparently.
That's a bit off.
Alright, so he's known by a couple of different names. So he's Quetzalcoatl, a.k.a. Feathered Serpent, a.k.a. Precious Twin, a.k.a. Ehekato,
Of course.
and a.k.a. I will actually let Valya try this one.
Can this be the entire title of the episode? Just
yes,
the 14
it is.
AKAs.
AKA.
He bet me $5 he could pronounce this name in one try. I'm going to be sending it in the chat. Let's see you have a chance at it.
In one try. Alright, give me
Hold
a
on.
second.
Let me try this before you go.
Give it a go.
Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. Nope. Is that it, Adam?
Nope.
Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. Basically what Dylan said. Yeah, I lose this bet.
Good. You owe me 50 cents, bitch.
Hey, I will fucking never pay you.
It sounds like Valya lost our bet. So how to pronounce this? Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
I would be willing to bet another 50 cents that probably wasn't exactly right either.
It's probably not exactly right, but it's close. Because I have this little thingy that I'll send in the chat. That's a pronunciation guide. And I've tried it many a times. Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
Wow, oh, it's Aztec.
Yes.
Damn, son, them Aztecs be bitchin'.
So, as Valya said, he's Aztecan. He's a deity in Mesoamerican culture and literature, whose name is derived from feathered serpent, which is why he's also called Feathered Serpent.
Valya is
I'm the
called
feathered serpent.
Yeah, Valya. Valya is called Feathered Serpent.
Since when? I always called him Valya.
I'm gonna feather that serpent. Tell you what. Feather, it's so good.
So, as we said, Quetzalcoatl means feathered serpent, which is why he sometimes goes by the name Feathered Serpent, same as Valya. He focuses his worship on religious centers near Cholula, Mexico.
That's where the hot sauce is from.
Yeah.
Isn't it Chihuahua, Mexico?
Cholula.
Isn't there a Chihuahua, Mexico?
There is a Chihuahua, Mexico.
But I think
This
they're
isn't that?
totally
This
different
isn't that.
places. This is where hot sauce is from, not where chihuahuas are from.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Sriracha?
And this is
it's from a brand.
And this is where his first name, or he first got named Quetzalcoatl. If you're of Mayan culture, listeners, he is the equivalent to such deities as Kukulkan, who is not the same as Kukulkan, and Gugamats.
Is what? Gugamats?
Gugamats. Those are
They
probably
make yoga
mispronounced.
mats.
I probably pronounced Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli better than I pronounced Gugamats.
I think so.
You weren't kidding about there being a lot of hard to pronounce things in this one.
There's a couple more. It gets fun. Like I have dinosaur later. That one's hard.
Dinosaur?
Dinosaur. How'd you get that
Dude,
shot?
I could pronounce that.
Is that your mythical creature, the dinosaur?
No, it's Quetzalcoatl.
What are you, a
Because
creationist?
in my Bible study class, they mentioned that the myth of the dinosaur a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they say about it?
They say like all those libtards talking about fucking dinosaurs and us killing the earth. It's not real.
They say libtards?
Yeah, they say in the Bible they say libtards.
Do they say soy boys?
It's soy boy beta cokes, yeah. Snowflakes.
So I wanted to give a little background on his birth because I think it's vital to understanding Quetzalcoatl. When the goddess virgin Shmalman had a dream about the god Antiel, she swallowed an emerald and then was shot in the womb with an arrow by Mixcoatl. She then gave birth... Yeah, Mixcoatl. Or it's probably like Micolato. Micoatl. I don't know. Mixcoatl is how it's spelled.
They sound like coffee drinks.
What is a michelada?
It's a god. Another god. Who's the father of Quetzalcoatl. Because he shoots this woman in the womb with an arrow when she swallowed a emerald. And then
I'm going to give you some advice. Nicknames.
Dude, that's a good point.
Maybe. But I'm liking these tough names right now. So she then gives birth to 400 children who each become a star in the Milky Way. And then a 401st child who becomes Quetzalcoatl.
Damn, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, they're just falling out towards the end, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, they all came out at once, too. It was like the first 400, and then there was like a little break, and then another.
Jesus.
Who cares about the Octomom? Let's hear more about this lady.
That vagine.
She has her own. She has her own show called 400 and Counting.
Is it on TBS?
PBS.
PDS?
PDS.
Is that a paid channel?
It's Pablo Demaro's channel. They don't know how to spell channel. He is the Aztec god of wind, air, the dawn, merchants, arts, crafts, knowledge, priesthood, learning, and knowledge.
Did you say knowledge twice?
Who's the knowledge god in this situation?
Wind, air, the dawn,
knowledge,
merchants, arts, crafts, knowledge, priesthood, learning, and knowledge.
What about
you
Earth?
Totally did.
and fire?
No, he doesn't have earth and fire. Those are some others.
He was so close to just being a straight up avatar.
What about earth, wind, and fire?
Well, he already has wind.
Law firm?
He is one of several important gods in the Aztec pantheon, along with some other ones that I will skip over because I'm already pronouncing a lot of hard to pronounce names. But he did have a twin brother who ended up going into the career of being a psychopomp, and his name was Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. If you don't know what a psychopomp is, that is, he guides spirits into the afterlife.
Who doesn't know what a psychopomp is?
We don't insult our listeners, Dylan.
Every listener who didn't know what that was, message me and I will give you $1 because everyone knows what that is.
No cheating.
Yeah.
A lot of researchers believe that him having a twin is where the twin part of his one nickname, Precious Twin, came from. As his name readily describes to layman, Quetzalcoatl was a feathered serpent. I don't know if this is mentioned or not before, but Quetzalcoatl means feathered serpent. Basically, he was like a giant dragon and was largely called the boundary maker and transgressor between earth and sky. And you can depict that however you want.
How big is this guy?
He can get pretty big. He does take on human form at times, so he can just be like a normal human. But also when he's the boundary maker between earth and sky, he's basically the horizon. So that's pretty big.
What can he do with that, though? Like, can he attack when he's the horizon?
I mean, probably. That's when the earth tips.
What if someone was playing music by the band Bring Me the Horizon? What would he do?
He would come.
All right.
What if someone is listening to Pulse Radio on Forza Horizon and Bring Me the Horizon is playing?
Are they on Pulse Radio? They're kind of metal.
I didn't know. Just leave me alone. I wanted the bit to work. I don't know who that is. I'm not a fucking weirdo. I listen to dubstep.
You listen to Top
Skrill
40s?
X. Yeah, I only listen to Drake and
Dude.
Lil Wayne.
101 WIXX.
Big Wayne. Yeah, I only listen to recordings of the radio with ads and all.
You listen to internet radio instead of putting on Spotify? Like some sort of maniac?
You know what
I
they
listen
say?
to FM, dude.
ROI. You know what that means?
Radio
Return on investment?
Internet.
Radio on internet. Yeah. Did you put it there?
No, I didn't. That's just me stealing someone else's line.
You didn't put radio on internet? Who did?
No. I don't remember the guy's name.
Russ Hanneman.
Russ Hanneman.
That's right. His doors go like this. I'm doing a motion of like wings flipping up or like out, not outside like normal doors. His doors go like this, not like this.
All right. In Aztec mythology, each god got a full year just to be celebrated, and Quetzalcoatl's was called the year Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, a.k.a. one reed, a.k.a. 1519.
Okay, I have questions about this.
Yeah.
So do they ever repeat? Like in
I think they
2519?
I think they do repeat, but I think no one's real sure when or how many gods there are and all that and how long they repeat. So the only one they're really sure of is that in 1519 it was his year.
1519?
Yeah.
Do you know what 1520 was by chance?
Probably his twin brother.
Was that the year of our Lord, I think?
What was it like 2018?
I don't know. I told you I don't know how many. No one really understands the Aztec calendar. So, like, I'm sure he's had many more years. It rotates, but, like, no one really understands the Aztec calendar, so
I studied the Aztecs pretty extensively, and I've also done Bible study, as I said, and I'm pretty sure every year is the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, and I just want that to be known.
That's why they always say it.
Yep, year of our Lord.
What was 2014, Adam? That one you gotta know.
Year of our Lord.
That one was, let me see if I can find another name in here.
I'll help you out. I think it was the year of our Lord.
Jeez Louise.
It was the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ.
Lord over here. You know, I take offense to that.
Probably Tezcatlipoca.
That's a good name.
You know, if you didn't say that with such confidence, I could have sworn you made it up.
I'm trying to get like the most ridiculous name, so by the end of this, I'm literally just saying syllables, and you guys will believe me.
Oh, that'll work for sure. I guarantee it. I'm already at that point, honestly.
On his more lax days, he's the planet Venus.
What? Okay.
He created mankind by using the bones of the creatures that inhabited the earth before us, so dinosaurs. Told you I was going to say dinosaur. And using his own blood to give it life, and he gathered that by means of self-inflicted wounds on his earlobes, his calves, his tongue, and his penis.
Oh.
What was that last one?
The earlobes, huh?
Earlobes.
That's a pressure-sensitive area.
They don't really bleed a lot, so he had to get the penis hard, probably, to get a lot more.
What hard?
Tongue.
Hmm.
So Quetzalcoatl, he invented books, and not only the concept of books, but he's also credited as having invented every physical book in existence today.
How do you get credit for the concept of a book? What is? It's not a concept.
The concept of writing things down, basically. He invented that.
Oh, wow.
People didn't know that.
Jesus. This dude is huge.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Male.
Male?
That's why I've been saying he. He made the calendar, which was probably a mistake since no one can read it. It's probably too complicated for us normal mortal folks. And he was sometimes depicted as the symbol of death and resurrection. So not just death, but the resurrection, like together. There was another symbol of death, and there was another symbol of resurrection, but if it was death and resurrection in one go, that's him.
Who was the symbol of life?
Ra.
Ra?
Ra.
That sounds like a bit of a cop-out, though. Death and resurrection.
Yeah. I have nothing for you on that.
All right.
He's also not a fan of all that virgin slaying shit people do by like tossing them in volcanoes or stabbing them in the hearts and whatnot. He made mankind. Why would he want his toys killed? So that he's against sacrifice.
What about this? Let me throw an ethics dilemma his way. Okay. What about, would he steal bread to feed his family? Huh?
Probably.
So is he a thief? Should he have his hands cut off for that?
Nah, he created mankind. He can do what he wants.
What if he murdered someone and he was a virgin?
What?
You said he doesn't like virgin tossing and all that. Yeah. Does being virgin cancel it out?
No.
See, I just broke down the ethics of your creature in one blow.
I don't think so at all.
He's already dead.
Let me ask you this, Adam. Say you got 3 people on a train track, and the train is heading toward, and then you got one person on another track. Okay.
What if you got Toby, Osama bin Laden, and Hitler in one room, and you have a gun with 2 bullets?
Toby who?
Flenderson.
McGuire?
Who?
You got Toby, Osama bin Laden, and Hitler in a room with 2 bullets. Ideally, you'd probably shoot Toby twice, right?
Who's Toby?
That's an Office reference, kids.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Alright, so he has a whole host of animals that worship and represent him, such as rattlesnakes, crows, macaws, and resplendent quetzals, which were actually had the honor of being named after him, hence the name Quetzal.
What's a quetzal?
It's a bird. A resplendent quetzal is a very pretty looking bird.
They make bagels on the east side, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Is that a Jewish place?
Yeah, Quetzals.
It sounds
bagels.
like it.
Quetzalcoatl gained a lot of followers by being the first god portrayed in church with dissociative identity disorder. His other identities include Ehecatl, where he just thinks he's the wind, spider, monkeys, ducks, and the wind itself really love that version of him. And then he goes by the one that I said before, and Valia tried to say, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, when he's Venus.
Oh, you didn't give me another chance. I was going to say it.
Go for it.
You already had it. You said it already. The audience doesn't need to hear it again.
All right. I'll give you another chance. I think I say it one other time. Maybe.
Cool. I'll get it.
So this is going to be a bit of a overview. I'll touch on this a lot more in the tale. But one night, Quetzalcoatl got pretty drunk off of some pulque, which was a wine that was all the rage with the youngins.
Is that like
and
Four Loko?
Yeah, a little bit. And it was with his buddy, or actually his brother. His brother, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. And in their drunken states, Tezi convinced Quetzalcoatl to hit on his sister, Quetzalcoatl. And one thing led to another, and bam, incest is wincest.
Is that where the first incest porn was started?
Yeah. And I just wanted to put that one out. I just want to put that out there so that it's not shocking when we hit it in the tail.
That was pretty shocking.
Oh, so someone hit it in the tail, if you know what I'm saying.
Got him.
Nice. The next morning, he felt a lot of shame and regret, so he had his servants build him a stone chest, adorn him in turquoise, and then, laying in it, he set himself on fire. His ashes rose into the sky, and he believed himself to become Venus. Or rather, go for it, Relia.
So quick.
You got it.
Tetris
Correct.
Tetris.
Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
That's right. I was going with the Quetzalcoatl one instead. Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, I was pronouncing that.
Oh, you were doing.
I was going to say the one you said correctly though, because I thought we were talking about the other person.
You got to put that name in the notes, by the way. Those people are gonna... But like, you know how like in English we talk about how we have like silent letters and stuff. Like half the letters in that thing are silent. Like the first 4 are silent.
No, they're not. The TLA with a line over it is like a clow. It goes clow.
That's silent as far as I'm concerned. It's America, for Christ's sake.
Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
We don't want none of these hidden characters and bullshit.
Get these characters out in the open.
You trying to hide things from me?
When our words are hard to pronounce, we slap you in the face with them. We don't hide in the bush like a fucking coward.
We just burn a Confederate flag down. Wait, that was wrong. What's the one? The other one they burn. What do they burn?
Stars and Stripes. I don't know.
Oh, is that
Yankee
jerseys?
I might have been thinking of something else.
NFL
the
jerseys.
Flag burning thing.
Mythology was created through an early form of storytelling, so we like to spend a little bit of time delving into a tale that involves our subject. We will be a little bit more in-depth with analyzation to better understand the story, and each week you'll have a tale to bring home to tell your snaky snack, your feathered serpent, or your Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. So this will be the story of the time that Quetzalcoatl shamed himself. Upon his arrival in the world of humans, he wandered through many lands until he came upon Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. When he arrived, they were offering a sacrifice in honor of his brother, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, and, angered by this barbarity, Quetzalcoatl halted the execution. The priest who performed the sacrifice shouted angrily, and the sky turned gray with clouds that heralded a major storm with lightning and thunder. Quetzalcoatl calmed them and assured them that while he was in the city, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli would flourish like no other. He then raised his hands to the sky, and the winds began to blow, clearing away the clouds. From that moment on, men wanted to worship him as a deity, or as Vali would say, deity. But he rejected any kind of luxury and invited them to live with humility and to learn with purity of soul. From then on, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli grew and prospered. The god in human form taught them to cultivate corn seeds, to work with jade, gold, and obsidian, how to dye cotton, the art of astronomy. He enriched their writing so that they could make books like 50 Shades of Grey. He promoted the worship of the gods and forbade human sacrifice, teaching them self-sacrifice by pricking themselves with maguey thorns instead. He created an order of maidens dedicated to the cleaning and maintenance of the temples. In short, the city became a grand, beautiful, and sacred city. But Quetzalcoatl's brother, the god Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, was not happy with his relative's performance, so he devised an evil plan to destroy his image. One day, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli disguised himself as an old man and brought a gift to Quetzalcoatl, who received it with great joy and humility, realizing that it was a maguey that brought forth a delicious liquid. However, what Quetzalcoatl didn't know was that the delicious liquid was pulque, an intoxicating drink the likes of which the youth would consume in huge quantities during their parties. Quetzalcoatl drank it with pleasure. He drank, and he sang like never before. He was so ecstatic that, being filled with carnal desires, he took as his woman Quetzalcoatl, his very own sister who was visiting for the summer. The next morning he felt utterly unclean, so he took a bath. But then he remembered the previous night and felt immense shame. He made the hardest decision of his life, for he knew he was no longer worthy to lead Tolan. He headed for the sea and built a boat out of snakes and sailed toward the setting sun, promising the Toltecs to return to Tolan in the year Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli to avenge for the betrayal. This is a completely different ending from what I said before, so it's actually just an alternative ending for you to enjoy as well. Coincidentally, Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, the year he was going to return, is also the same pre-Hispanic year of 1519 AD, which is the year that the first Spaniards arrived on the very coast by which Quetzalcoatl disappeared and then slaughtered all the Aztecs.
Not funny.
Man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is they survived. Right? The Aztecs are around and prospering?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm pretty
they're still
sure,
around.
just like the Mayans, they lived a long, prosperous time.
One of the things people love to debate about is who would win in a fight. Would it be a snake or a bird?
Or a mongoose.
I'm going to say a snake.
What
Well,
about the mongoose?
What if they fused into a feathered serpent?
Yeah, but what about
Then they
there's a
wouldn't be fighting.
mongoose in the background watching them do this?
what's the
The
mongoose doing?
masturbating in a bush.
Who is it?
Did we talk about how roadrunners like kill rattlesnakes?
I'm pretty
In the
sure we
past?
actually have.
How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
Dude, that
That is
Nature's
crazy.
Metal subreddit is pretty crazy.
That
They
is
show all
crazy.
that shit all the time.
So in our Fight Club section, we indulge ourselves and talk about who would win in a mythological fight to the death. We will pit this week's subject, Quetzalcoatl, against one we discussed in an earlier podcast, with our lead mythologist, myself, defending the creature. And I get to challenge either Dylan or Valia. So,
What you got?
according to our website, normangander.com, then click wiki, I definitely lost a lot of ground against Dylan.
Trying,
I've got to
bitch.
make that ground back up. I've got to do that. I got to take it back. I got to take
Alright.
control again. So I'm facing Dylan.
You gonna fight me at the beaches?
That's
I'll
up to
fight him in
Valia
the-
to decide, because Valia is now our moderator.
All right.
But first, we'll go over stats for the Creech.
Giving them Creech stats.
Quetzalcoatl. Strength, he's basically, as discussed before, a dragon. Very large, he can even become a planet. I've got to say that strength's got to be up there.
But what does that accomplish?
Being a planet,
Yeah.
not much. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he can get big. But a
Right.
big fist is going to hurt more than a small fist.
But then, see, this gets into like the, what's that thing called? The gay bulge, dude.
Yeah, Kukulin.
So like his overall total was pretty low.
It was, but he's actually kind of strong.
Yeah, exactly.
So these are just some base stats. They can get better. I'm going to say dragon form, though. Like, he's not going to get major sized or anything. He's not going to change sizes too much. He's just a big dragon form, or he can be human form. But he's about as strong in both. Same strength.
All right.
So,
I'll
and
take
I'm gonna boldly go with an 8.
That's a place no man's gone before.
That's pretty
Yeah.
bold, Adam.
Actually, Kraken was an 8.
What about Norman Gander? What was he?
Norman Gander was a 9.
Holy
I do actually
moly.
feel like this is at least as strong as Norman Gander, right? Maybe even a 9?
Yeah, I could see that.
Alright.
I like the
We'll do-
Can Become Venus special. Like, yeah,
I haven't got to that yet. So we'll say 9 strength. Speed, I think he can be pretty quick.
Not if he's a planet. Well, shit. Even if he is a planet, pretty
Yeah,
fast.
that's pretty quick. That's pretty fast. Man, I don't know. I'd say 7. Unless you guys want to fight that at all.
In his human form, would he be a 7?
He'd be pretty quick in battle, so probably. Alright, 6 or 7?
I'll take a 6.
Alright, we'll give him a 6. So intelligence, he basically invented learning and the god of learning, and I saw somewhere that I didn't say this before, but he has like the highest IQ of anything in existence. I've got to say his intelligence is a 10.
I would, if he has the highest IQ of anything in existence except for a Rick and Morty fan, then yeah.
Dude. Yeah. It's the first 10.5 out of 10.
Yeah, give him a 0.5 there.
Alright.
So durability, I'm going to first off say like probably 10.
Jesus
But
God.
he does have some, yeah, I got to beat Hermes. I told Volley I'm going to try to usurp Hermes' spot.
Fair enough.
And I need a 10 for that. So I'm gonna push for 10 because that's what basically all of our other gods and all of our gods are that way,
but
except the pep.
He killed himself, right?
Yeah.
So his mental durability is not very high.
His mental durability is pretty iffy because he does have dissociative identity
Does that
disorder.
factor into this?
It could.
Would you take a cool 9?
Yeah, I'll go 9.
That was a
Right.
cool 9. It's
Dude,
only
that's
25.
the highest
Wow.
yet. Jesus.
Oh.
Horus is... Oh, wait, no.
Jeez.
Hermes.
He's tied
You
up.
tied Hermes.
Dude, I picked the best creatures.
I don't think you do.
I think I'd probably pick, like, if we were to rate the top 10 creatures, I'm pretty sure
What you can do,
I picked the best
Yeah.
ones.
if you go to mythsandmen.com and then you hit wiki in the top right, you can, or in the menu if you're in mobile, you can go to the wiki, you can go to a list of stats where you can organize, or you can sort it by total value. And our top ones are Hermes at a total of 35, Horus at a total of 33, Leshen at a total of 29, Epona at a total of 29, and Furfur at a total of 26. And
Furfur?
now Quetzalcoatl will move into that top spot with Hermes at... Why does Hermes have 35 on this and not on the other one? Does mine have 35?
Whoa. No, yours is, 34 on the thing.
Oh, we gave it 10 speed at one point. No!
You guys are such pendejos.
You know what? Why don't you
No!
open your mouth?
It says
You
right
dingus.
here, Dylan is a vagine, so I mean, it's on the stat sheet.
Well, that's episode 32 though, or 31, I guess. Or 30.
All right, I guess it doesn't quite get it.
So he's at 34 then?
Yeah, unless anyone's willing to give me another point somewhere.
That's right, bitches.
I'm gonna give you a point in the being a little bitch column.
All right, to recap, Quetzalcoatl has a strength of 9, a speed of 6, an intelligence of 10, and a durability of 9, for a total of 34, putting him in second place.
And what was the bitch rating?
Yeah, in the bitch rating.
1 out of 1. 100% bitch.
Just the bitch.
Vulnerabilities include shame, fire, and dissociative identity disorder.
Dresses
And
whorishly.
Yeah. What? His specials are wind and air powers, and then he can also become Venus.
Sick. I can also become Venus. She's got it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, baby, she's got it.
So, Valia,
I'm your Venus.
would you like to choose?
I'm your fire.
Your desire.
Would you like to choose Dylan's Creech or Creeches?
Let me see here. Let me have a think-a-rooney-dooney about this. Alright. I'm going to...
Hermes seems
Don't
like
choose
a good choice.
Set. We didn't do that creature.
Hermes?
I'm going to... I'll choose Set, yeah.
Set.
What about Hermes?
I'm going to do...
Hermes, huh?
Let's go...
Hermes plus Horus?
Leshen and Epona.
Leshen is a solid 29 plus Epona.
And here's how it's going to work with this dice
plus
roller.
29. I win.
I'm going to roll 2 d20s.
Fun fact, the Leshen and Epona teamed up one other time to face off against Horus. To go over this, the Leshen stats. As a reminder, a Leshen is a god creature of the forest in, was it Poland area? Or somewhere around there.
I can't remember. I thought you said Poland for a sec there, though.
So it's a god of the forest and a witcher creature. It likes trees, kind of becomes one a little bit. It can change size, and it has a strength of 9, a speed of 3, an intelligence of 7, and a durability of 10. It is vulnerable to fire, and it has special root attack where it can shove its arms into the ground and make roots pop up, and it can teleport within a forest.
Oh, Adam, it can shove its arms in more places than the ground.
Epona is a goddess from a Gaulish goddess, so ancient pre-France area, and it's the goddess of horse and horse-like creatures, but not like abominations like a centaur. It's got to be like a mule or a donkey or a horse. Epona has a strength of 6, a speed of 7, an intelligence of 6, and a durability of 10. It's vulnerable to meat eaters and horse harmers, and it has a special ability of summoning horses. Alright, Valia, open this up for us.
So it was a town of red brick, or brick that would have been red if the smoke and ashes had allowed it. But as matters stood,
What are you reading this
it
from?
was a town of unnatural red and black. It had a black canal in it, and a river that ran purple with ill-smelling dye,
Is this
and
from
vast
Bloodborne?
piles of building full of windows where there was a rattling and a trembling all day long, and where the piston of the steam engine worked monotonously up and down, monotonously
Was
up
this
and
the
down,
first time you read this?
like the head of an elephant in a state of melancholy madness. You see each other. Epona and Leshen, I think is what I chose.
Yes.
You're hanging out at a cafe in this dark, smelly town, and this little snake starts wisping by.
It's not little.
This little snake
Unless it's a
starts
different
wisping
snake.
by. And then the big snake, the one I'm talking about, comes by behind the little snake. And then you're like, hey, I don't like you. And then the other two are like, I came here to kick snake ass and drink coffee.
What?
And I've just finished my coffee.
No.
And then you get outside and you attempt to fight each other.
Where was this town at?
It's that's from Dickens
Charles?
in Hard Times. No, my cousin Cokehead Rodney Dickens. That's his name. That's his full name.
Sounds like a good
Cokehead
writer.
Rodney Dickens. Adam, you go first.
Alright, I attack and kill it.
I die.
I rolled a 20, so it succeeded.
Oh, cool. I gotcha. Roll the 20.
So, Quetzalcoatl stares at this horse lady and
no.
this tree guy and thinks, what an awfully odd pairing. And then,
You successfully think that.
okay, cool. It doesn't really have any insults to really prepare because he's a pretty chill, nice dude. But they look at him threateningly. So he sees them approaching threateningly, so he whips up a dust devil type twister thing right in between them to push them away. So to negate any attack that they might try to do.
You attempt to wisp up this dust devil attack, but in the midst of it, you pick up just so much shit that was on this smelly, dyed up ground and all this crap that's in this town that it just makes you stink and you don't like it. You're uncomfortable. It doesn't do any damage. It's just you're not enjoying it, but it doesn't impact Epona and the Leshen at all. They're just like, what is this motherfucker twisting around for? This ain't. I thought hurricane season was over. That's what it says. Anyway, yeah, you're smelly now. You're uncomfortable. Yeah, but it doesn't affect the two of them.
I'm very saddened.
It should be. It's a pathetic role.
Epona just tramples this guy, runs up to him, gives him the old trample. But before that happens, Leshen sticks his hand into this red ashy ground, taps Quetzalcoatl on the shoulder, like we did in middle school, you know? You tap someone on the opposite shoulder to try to get them to look that way. He does one of those numbers, and Epona just headbutts him.
All right.
Knocks his ass down.
All right, so left is going to be Epona.
You say these are cobblestone steps?
Holy shit. It's cobblestone. So so right side is going to be Leshen, left side is Epona, just so you know where I'm coming from.
Good for
it
the
doesn't
video
matter
listeners.
To you. Yeah, all the video listeners as well as the 2 people participating will know exactly what I mean because they can see it. So anyway, so you successfully tap on the shoulder, right? And then you said you headbutt?
Trample.
You trample? Okay.
But I also sharpened my hooves before that.
Okay.
So they're super sharp.
They're sharp?
Sharpest.
Yeah? Like a knife?
The sharpest knife.
Or like a Sharpie marker?
I'm talking about real sharp, like cheddar.
Like cheddar?
The sharpest cheddar.
Big cheddar?
No. Medium cheddar.
Medium cheddar? Oh, that's good stuff. Wisconsin cheddar or?
No, California.
California cheddar? Okay. Yeah, you successfully trample and you inflict a decent amount of damage. You pierce the skin of the little snake boy. And as you pierce the skin,
What part of the skin? Are we talking about heart?
Right
skin?
below its head, so you slightly restrict its future movement.
Right below its head?
I feel like this is a bit unfair because he gets 2 attacks to 1.
You talking about a neck? What does
sure,
right
a neck.
below
It's a
the
snake.
head mean?
It's a snake.
Literally, it is 90% neck.
You know what, Adam? You're 90% neck.
I'm all neck and no torso.
All hat and no knickers.
Anyway, yeah, you do that and you deal. It's a decent amount of damage. Like you pierce it, and it's an irreparable piercing. It's a hole, and the snake. It's going to impact future head turns.
Yep.
Okay, so
It's a very high roll.
Quetzalcoatl is a little upset. Now he knows that like this is a battle. He's stinky. He got hit. He's upset. So he's gonna try to get rid of one threat before the next, and just quickly wraps its body around Epona, and in a fearsome, draconic roar says, "Do you know who I am? 'Cause I know who you are. 'Cause I know everything." And then bites off her head.
So you attempt to say all of that, and what you actually end up saying is, have you guys seen the serpent in Harry Potter? That's not an accurate representation of a serpent. And then you attempt to bite. You said bite off its neck.
Head.
You can't bite
Sorry.
off a
Which
head
one?
Or a neck? What are you talking about?
Of which one are you biting off?
Epona. I wrapped up Epona.
Yeah.
Wrap my body around Epona, and then I'm just gonna bite the head off.
So you attempt to bite the head off, but instead of just like ripping it off, you crush the chest of Epona. Basically killing, but Epona's still kind of there and it can have influence, but it really can't deal any more damage. So you did quite well there.
Can I?
Well done.
So Leshen does his old root attack. He gets up in there. He does the old crushing move with the roots.
Yeah.
While Epona just gurgles and spits blood at Quetzalcoatl.
Leshen misses completely.
Fuck.
And Epona unsuccessfully gurgles.
Oh, jeez. Is she drowning?
She just kind of like... And then
I'll
swallows.
take that as a gurgle. I'll take that gurgle.
Okay. You have to. I don't
That's
know.
a win.
Sure.
Boy,
So I see the roots coming up, and I quickly move out of the way and use like my tail wrapped around Epona, and then just dodge the roots that missed. I'm just adding some flair to the dodge, and and I chuck Epona's body right at the Leshen.
So you successfully do the dodge, right? And then as you attempt...
That was already determined.
Oh, yeah, because you were just telling the story action, I guess?
Yeah.
Right.
I was just giving it flair.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. So, and then
Oh,
as
fun
you
point.
attempt to... What did you say? You missed? You misted? Is that... Where did I hear
You're a real
missed?
piece of work. You know that?
The vines missed.
Hey, hold on
Like
one sec.
M-I-S-S-E-D.
Hold on one sec. Anyway, what was your attack again?
Alright, as I dodge the vines, which is the flare, I uncurl my body and use my tail to grab Epona and her like limp, almost lifeless body, and chuck it at the Leshen.
So
Like
you successfully
an
chuck.
unfurling whip.
You successfully chuck it, but it misses the Leshen, but it does kill Epona.
Nice.
Well done. Are you proud of yourself?
I am.
Is this the greatest thing you've done in your life?
I smile a little bit and I think about how this is better than fucking my sister.
Whoa.
That was unexpected.
I think I gotta do more distraction/root attacks. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
All right.
You only have one attack now because you don't have
pretty much.
you don't have the bitch anymore.
What about attack from the front as a distraction? Close your ears, Adam. And then I do one of those old underground attacks as the real attack.
You don't have two attacks, but you can do what you want.
No, but it's like a half
It's like
my
a
roots.
feint.
Yeah,
Oh, you feint? Okay, yeah.
feint left
So-
when you want to go right. You know.
You
know a lot
successfully
about that.
feint. You successfully fainted.
Sounds good.
And then I didn't roll for the other bit.
So it's
So you
successful
successfully
also?
fainted, and then you kind of just fainted again. You didn't actually attack.
Shit.
You got confused at which one was going to be the real attack.
Yeah, you were like, wait, what? And then by the time you were done with the second action, the second one, it just looked exactly like the first one, and then by that point, the freaking bagel boy was just like,
Bagel
Okay.
boy.
yeah,
Is that what you call him now?
yeah,
It's your boy,
Bagel boy.
Bagel boy.
it's the boy, bagel boy, soy boy, yeah.
So my turn now?
Mm-hmm.
So I spiral up into the air majestically as these vines kind of come up around me. And while I'm up in the air, I look down and I roar a mighty roar that brings about a... What's the phrase for it? It's like basically a tunnel of wind, a cyclone that just goes like through the streets and then hits the Leshen and blasts it off like Team Rocket in the Pokemon anime.
So you end up making the cyclone, but what it does is it picks up the Leshen, and then just the cyclone stops midway through because you couldn't hold it, and then it drops the Leshen, dealing a little bit of damage as it falls.
I'm just imagining it falling on its rump and going,
Rear
ow.
end.
It's giving you real pleasure.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So you're a little bit hurt, Leshen boy.
I'm also in the air.
Yeah, you're
Repeat
all.
steps 2 through 3.
You fail to repeat steps 2 through 3.
Fuck. How so? Like a 1 out of 20 or what are we
A
talking?
3 out of 20.
Jesus, God. All right, Adam, just finish this shit already.
Was that really your action? I don't even know what steps 2 through 3 were.
Just the last thing I did.
Oh. All right.
How about this? If I choose something else, would you re-roll?
Well, yeah, that's what I was waiting. I thought this was like a
Oh,
jokey
okay.
thing. Yeah, that's what I was waiting. I was just
So-
rolling like 30 times in a row, flicking the die.
I attacked
Like
the
the
structure of a building to knock some debris on old Cokehead over here and try to
Coaxial
give him the
cable.
old 1-2 punch with the other ones.
Okay.
It's not like I'm pronouncing Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. I'm pronouncing Quetzalcoatl. It's way easier.
Cats
You
in the cradle?
successfully do that. You successfully do that, dealing just a little bit of damage, but nothing really impactful.
All right.
Like 3 damage.
Finish it.
It's like, ow. And then you're like, all right.
I feel like
whatever he says, I'll give you $12 if you say he rolls a 20 on this next attack.
$12. All right.
hey, that would pay off the $5 you owe me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it definitely uses its wind powers to launch the Leshen in the air, and then as it launches upwards, hits the peak, and then as it comes down, the Quetzalcoatl, he goes up underneath and then comes up and eats the Leshen. I'm doing a lot of hand actions that neither of you can see. Eats the Leshen and then burps and says, "I love me some vegetables."
All right, I'm going to do 2 rolls for this. The throwing up and then the eating.
The highest
bit.
of 2.
So, first roll is for the throwing up. I haven't let go of the mouse yet. Oh! So, you attempt to throw him up, but you like grip him and lift him 3 feet into the air, but you lose your grip, and then he just falls back onto the ground. And then, I'll still give you the eating one, because you don't need to throw him up to do that.
True. That's just a
Rolling.
little bit of flair.
Oof. You attempt to eat him, you bite a finger, and then you just kind of rip one finger off. Or what is it, what is it?
A phalange?
Sure. And then you just kind of bite a finger off.
I still burp and say I love vegetables.
You successfully do that.
Let's say this. I do the old 1-2 rectum attack. And just end it.
Let's see. Oof. You successfully pull off the rectum attack, but you don't go all the way with it, so you do some
Just
heavy
the colon
damage though.
attack?
Yeah, it's a colon attack. You do some heavy damage though, impacting the I still can't fucking say it. The Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli, whatever.
Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli.
Yeah, so at this point it can
Maybe I
really.
should have just had you try to pronounce Quetzalcoatl and I still would have won.
So Bagel Boy can only turn in like straight directions now because of the neck and the anus issues.
Tore some tendons up in there.
Yeah.
Alright, so all of a sudden getting anally pounded, my
Typical.
anus constricts hard and grips in surprise and grips the tentacle that's currently up there, the root tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I roar and I just like bring my tail up, bringing with it the Leshen, and then I slam it down in the ground to create just a blood smear.
So,
nothing left.
So you fail at the gripping part, but the lifting part. Ooh, you just fail at the lifting part again. You lose grip. Jesus, guys.
I would assume so, since my anus couldn't hold on.
Yeah. Let's get somebody a 20 here, guys.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, with the
suck
same
at this.
tentacles that went in the ass, you stick them down the mouth. The reverse rectum attack.
You attempt to stick them down the mouth, but miss. You just,
All right,
it just
re-roll
goes to the
that
side.
until you get a 20, for fuck's sake.
Nope. Bagel Boy's turn.
Quetzalcoatl is very upset now, but he's still a chill dude, so he doesn't want to harm anyone in nearby, so he just picks you up and with his claws, nice sturdy grip, and chucks you into a nearby twister that is filled with cows. And then 342 cows smash repeatedly into you in the twister.
You're talking about Holsteins?
Yes.
All right.
I haven't rolled yet. I'll let go now. Any high roll, basically, 15 or above, will kill the Leshen here. And ooh, the cows smash into the Leshen repeatedly over and over. He gets mad cow disease at one point. Eats one of them as a burger, fries it up, but then the next cow smashes and kills.
Fair enough.
And Leshen dies.
All right.
And then Quetzalcoatl, the camera goes to his face, and he's like, and that's why you never attack an Aztec god.
Jesus.
You fail at saying that. Instead, you say, "What's a camera?"
Like
I am
speaking a different
genuinely
language.
curious. I am genuinely curious. I was around in 1519. I'm also curious.
Isn't Pablo Picasso around in there? With Napoleon?
So today we learned about Quetzalcoatl. He is an Aztec god of wind, air, and a bunch of other things. He can become Venus. He also sometimes goes by the name Tlāhuizcalpantecuhtli. And we heard the tale about the time that he got drunk and fucked his sister. We found out that Quetzalcoatl would win against Epona and Leshen, but it would be a gruesome fight with a little bit of anal penetration. We have a website, and you can visit it in two different ways. You can either go to normangander.com or mythsandmen.com. And on that website, we have links to our social medias, such as our Twitter at Myths and Men and our Facebook of Myths and Men page. And our subreddit and our YouTube. On there you can also listen to episodes.
We have a YouTube page?
We do.
Nice.
Uploads every week.
Yes, it does, when I remember. Oh, also on that website, you can check out a wiki with a lot of information on it. It's very interesting.
We have 2 subscribers now.
You sound very interested, Adam.
It's very interesting. And that's not even sarcastic. If you've enjoyed what you've heard and think that we did a good job in giving you a laugh or two, please take a moment to give us a rating and review so that more people can find this podcast. You can do so on iTunes at itunes.mythsandmen.com or on Stitcher at stitcher.mythsandmen.com or even on YouTube. Also, tell your friends about us, because word of mouth is the best way to travel. That's what germs say, too.
Hey.
So yeah, and then for updated news, you can follow us on our Twitter or our Facebook. And if you have any suggestion for a creature that we should talk about, you can contact us through our website or leave a suggestion in a review. And we hope to see you next week when we talk about something else.
I can't wait.
You're up next. No, I'm up next.
You're up next, Dylan.
You're up next.
I'm up next.
What creature are you going to do?
Let's get off these fucking snakes.
I've got a lot of choices that I've looked into.
Just do the Goomba.
Fucking triangle piece of poop.
Yep.
You're a real triangle piece of pork. Alright.
Piece of what?
Let's stop this.
The music you heard on this podcast is called Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod from Incompetech.com. It is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license.
Adam gave me a sneak peek on this thing, so I guess if you're going to throw this in anywhere, there was a bet going on that Volya couldn't pronounce this name first try for $5. And I'll tell you right now, Volya, Adam sent me this name. There's no way. It's not possible. Like, I don't think the people that created this are pronouncing it right.
Is it going to be like Icelandic or some shit? Oh, Jesus.
I couldn't even make a guess. Actually, I'm going to say like Mexican. I don't know.
It's El Cuco.
What? Part 2?
Norman Gander.